Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here.
Meeting my icon, Catherine Isabel.
Another week, another episode.
Wait, what did you say?
Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my review of the finale, the season 3 finale, I should say, of Van Helsing on Syfy, which was season 3, episode 13, Birth Ritual. And yes, let me emphasize that again, it is just the season finale, because as I did a video on this last week, indeed, Van Helsing has luckily been renewed for a season 4, which will be coming next fall. And I'm still just uber happy about that. Just so relieved. And this is a damn crazy finale, but I am just very grateful that we weren't left here for good. I mean, it's gonna be a wait. I'll say that. But at least we're actually gonna see what happens next, and I am very grateful for. Again, we did it, the fans of the show, the Helsingers, and just the support we managed to drum up about it. Happy that's going to be getting that 4th season. Wearing my Van Helsing shirt right now, which hopefully I'll get another kind of printed one before next season. But yeah, this is a crazy finale, guys. A lot went on in it. One major shock that I wasn't really ready for. And a good setup, but also kind of a frustrating cliffhanger for next season. Overall, I really like this episode, though. I did find it kind of darkly funny. You know, we have Mohammed, who's still waiting, sort of following Vanessa around in the distance, trying not to be noticed. And then, of course, he falls asleep and he starts having these visions or dreams and nightmares of Sam. And he wakes up thinking Sam's with him, and of course he's not, but then he wakes up anyway and Sam's right there. I like how that was played and sort of edited together. So I like that as well. Neil McDonough, I gotta say, he is a superb addition to the cast. He's been on a lot of TV shows, he's done tons of movies. Excuse me. A lot of people know him from his run on Arrow, but I think he was very good in a show like Justified. And you could go through his filmography. He's done a ton of work. He's a very charismatic, usual antagonist type of character. But I think he's a good addition. He's a part of course, the organization that's going into the... I forget the name, Blackheart. Of course, he almost sort of interrogates Doc about what she had done to the nurse or the boss in the previous week. And they had caught her at a certain angle, so he already knows what happened. And, she tries to sort of subtly manipulate him, but that doesn't work. And then she also tries to sort of talk him into sending her to the same facility that, of course, Jolene would be at, apparently. That doesn't work either. And then we sort of... excuse me, guys. But yeah, then we sort of have this standoff between... Julius, he ends up going through, of course, Denver, and, he ends up finding Frankie's body, who I think was a bit conveniently placed there, but that was probably on purpose by Scab and the others. And, of course, Julius is fully willing to give himself over, not just to possibly avenge, Frankie, but also not to cause any further bloodshed for anyone else he gives a damn about. Of course, Doc, doesn't really want that. But then we see that Callie is there, who's been sporadically appearing in Van Helsing for a while. she has to be the luckiest girl in the vampire apocalypse, or there's some extra importance about her that we'll discover eventually. But, I thought that was pretty good, and, Julius explains to Doc that, he has to go himself for her because he's the one that, turns Scabby as, one of the leaders and stuff like that, so he has to sort of own up to, he sort of stood off it, with a chain of events in a way, because, he's putting the blame fully on himself, saying that, if I hadn't done this to Scab, then he wouldn't have been there when Frankie was, and maybe this wouldn't have happened. It's one of those things that you don't know, but Julius, such a big heart, he's not going to let anyone else meet that same kind of fate on his account if he can help it. So we're sort of left off there. But, maybe Callie could be sort of their ace in the hole. Maybe they can figure out something to sort of maneuver themselves out of there. Who knows? Sorry, guys, my throat's just kind of dry. Then, of course, Vanessa, she goes right into the crypt and meets Sam there right away. We see the setup for, the previews from last week. We see Sam and Vanessa facing off, and I was very excited about that. Continuing off of last week, with the previews, which got me really, really amped for this episode. We see Sam and Vanessa finally facing off, and the Oracle appears. Yes, the Oracle. I remember me and the Tone Show were debating about that one. We were confused if this is a separate elder, or this was the Oracle returning. And we were both, for the most part, right. It is the Oracle. And she sets this up so, of course, only one of them can become the next elder. She is not the elder herself. It's a very powerful being within the vampires, of course. And that leads to both the best, most shocking, and frustrating part of the episode. Excuse me again, I apologize about my cough, guys. It's just that time of year. Yeah. But yeah, they make it into the inner sanctum, and then, of course, they take these totems, these necessary items, and the Oracle has Vanessa's ribbon, of course, which was actually Dylan's, so that obviously hits her at a certain point. And then we have, actually a couple deaths in this episode. We see Sam and Mohammed's last moments together. Which it really felt that Mohammed's time is numbered. He's a smart, resourceful kid when he's not a vampire. He's a fairly capable survivor, but unfortunately not much past that when against these types of forces. So we get a kind of surprisingly emotional moment from Sam, showing that a bizarre Harlem did actually care about Mohammed in his way. But there's just not enough good in him. I don't think there ever quite was to sort of choose that over, this power and what his true nature is, unlike what Vanessa has managed to do, luckily and thankfully, but now without a major sacrifice. But before that, we do get Mohammed stabbed through the heart, and he is killed, which is sad to see. At least we got a little bit more of that Vanessa and Mohammed kind of brother, big sister bonding. A couple episodes ago, which was nice, but still, definitely a sad sight to see what happened to Mohammed and him meet his end like that after everything he's went back and forth and that he's been through. And of course, Axel and Scarlet managed to find themselves in there as well. And this is the part that caught me off guard. We actually see the death of Scarlet in this episode as well, which I wasn't ready for. I wasn't expecting it. Now, you guys know I'm not the biggest... If you guys watch my reviews, you know I'm not the biggest fan of Scarlet. I don't really like the Axel and Scarlet pairing. And, I felt the character's been a bit off since, after her introduction. It felt a little bit weird to me with her, but she's become an integral part of the show for sure. And Missy Peregrine, she felt like a mainstay. Like, you could have seen a character like Scarlet... Excuse me. And if she had stayed around towards the end of the series, I wouldn't have been surprised if you had told me that, but... we see her sort of sacrifice herself here, as the Oracle sort of pushes Vanessa to embrace that darkness in her and stop sort of denying it. Which I think there's always going to be that underlying darkness and sort of rage and violence in Vanessa that we'll see come out. But Scarlet gives herself over here, saying that it could contribute to the light that's still in Vanessa, and she can use that to help her sister, beat this Dark One or whatever else is going on. So a pretty good acted moment between Callie Overton especially, but also Missy Farragram, who did really well here too. Cockar by her death, tries to get Vanessa to stab her, but she sort of pulls herself into it. And now Axel, he has this hatred towards Vanessa, saying if he sees any of them again, including Vanessa, he'll kill her. Which I don't think is quite fair. I mean, it wasn't Vanessa's choice to do it that way, but I'm sure it's more so like a general hatred Axel has towards everything that has to do with this now, which is understandable. Because even though I didn't like the Axel and Scarlet pairing, it makes sense to that sort of dynamic. Because of course Sam managed to embrace his nature, first initially. We get to see this pretty satanic type of version of Sam, almost resembling Satan, or the devil himself, with the horns and everything. Some pretty good makeup on Christopher Heyerdahl there. And we do get some physical fight between Vanessa and Sam. We had gotten it before, the Sanctum, but also a little bit during this one. Sam, of course, is even more powerful. But I think at least initially when Sam was still just Vampire Sam, I think Vanessa would have beaten him. With as sort of a blood charge as Vanessa has been, I think she did overpower Sam initially, which is good to see. But I think it's Vanessa sort of resisting that full-on rage side of herself now that maybe is holding her a bit back. But I think we'll see her snap again eventually. But even against this new powered Sam, if Vanessa was fully charged and is sort of raging out, I wouldn't like Sam's chances still. We actually see Vanessa take quite a few pretty brutal looking shots from Sam, actually bringing her to her knees and her blood's running out of her nose and everything like that. But Vanessa gets a few solid shots in with her knives and everything, and this actually goes on Lily, who I guess awakens somehow, and now we have 2 Van Helsings against Sam now. And then it cuts off there, which bugged me a bit. I kind of wanted to see the Sam thing wrapped up in this episode. Although he's sort of in a different position at this point, I think Sam's sort of run his course in a way, perhaps. But Christopher Heyerdahl does such a good job, and they do have a different dynamic for him now with him being the new elder, and he looks creepy and intense as hell, as if he didn't already. So I'm waiting to see where this goes. It should lead to one hell of a season 4 premiere from Jonathan Walker. I'm really looking forward to that. It should really be a great premiere, because we'll have this hopefully finishing, and then we'll have what's going on in Denver, as well. But like I said, damn lucky that we didn't have to leave it off for good here. I'm really happy there's a season 4 on the way. But yeah, so overall a good season finale. I'd say I'm giving it about a 9.3 out of 10. I don't know if it's my favorite of the season, but leaves it off on a really good note. There are a couple surprise deaths there that I thought made sense. And yeah, so overall, really liked it. I'm going to miss talking about Van Helsing, at least episode to episode for a while. I do plan on doing like a top 5, maybe top 10 episodes list though, hopefully within the next month or so. Yeah, who knows? I'll try to keep on with Van Helsing. Bring attention to the show as much as I can, because it's definitely one of my favorites out there by far, and expect it to rank, no spoilers, but expect it to rank very, very, very highly on my top shows of 2018 list, which should be coming out within the next few days. So yeah, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, like, subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.